Earlier this year, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin signed a bill requiring the schools in his state notify parents if their children are assigned books or materials with sexually explicit content. As such, the Virginia Department of Education was tasked with developing screening policies, deciding which books or materials will trigger parental notification. The policies must be implemented in Virginia public schools by January 1st of next year. Now, on paper, this seems like a fair policy. Once notified, parents are given the choice of allowing their children to work with the material, or they can opt out and schools must provide them with an alternative assignment. Again, seems fair. As supporters of the bill have pointed out, no books are being censored, banned, or removed. Parents can just say no to them, at least for right now. But what does this mean for further down the road? Does this bill or any other like it open the door to censorship or targeting certain pieces or types of literature? That is indeed a fear that critics of the bill share, and it may be a legitimate one. See, the Board of Education used Virginia's legal code as their guide in developing the aforementioned screening policies. And that code defines homosexuality as sexual conduct. Now, Merriam-Webster defines homosexuality as sexual or romantic attraction to others of one's same sex. So Virginia's legal code is, in and of itself, insulting a whole community of people by reducing them to conduct. But let me not digress. The fear is that at some point these policies will be used as an excuse to ban LGBTQ+ books and materials. And that's a fear that many Virginians, including State Senator L. Lewis Lucas, are taking seriously. She recently tweeted out her concerns, saying the Youngkin administration is now attempting to ban the mention of homosexuality in all Virginia schools using an outdated and unconstitutional section of code to define sexually explicit content to bypass the General Assembly. Now, Senator Lucas was joining the hundreds of concerned citizens who spoke out against the bill in an online town hall as it was being debated. Citizens like Kristen, who wrote, "I strongly oppose this model policy's bigoted definition of sexual content." And you know what? So do I, Kristen. Or Kim, who says, "As a parent, I oppose this bill. Making members of the LGBTQ community villains is detrimental to students." Now, the bill and its policies have their supporters, many of them. And Governor Youngkin's office has issued assurances that there's nothing to worry about because the bill won't be used in this manner. Now, if you remember, this is the same office that set up a tip line so parents could report if divisive subjects are being taught to their children. And while running for governor, he championed a Loudoun mother wanting to shield her precious son from the evils of Toni Morrison. So you do what you will with those assurances. But what they won't do is take away my worry, because we've seen the work that conservative state legislators and governors have put into removing any mention of the LGBTQ+ community from school curriculums, along with their efforts to remove any mention of racial history or equality. We've seen books banned already. We've seen teachers around the nation being fired. We've seen supposedly benign policies used for malignant purposes, hence these fears. And now it's up to school administrators to calm them. I hope we're all up for the job.